Why did you choose Anthropologie to work with?
I think it was mutual interests and similar ways in which we work. I mean, first of all, we were really struck by your living wall, which is amazing, and because we're interested in green architecture, we thought that sounded really good, and then we discovered that you make a lot of your stuff on site. That really chimed in with the fact that a lot of our work's crafted, so we thought we must share quite a lot in common.
The concept of the windows was welcoming city. So how did you interpret that concept, and how did you work with the Anthropologie team?
Well, in answer to the first bit, we were thinking, well, if you were a visitor to London, how would London welcome you? And we thought that you might invite someone home to have a meal, or if it were in a public place, you might go and have a picnic if the weather's beautiful. And so we thought the whole thing could revolve around the idea of food or having a picnic in the park.
So you handed over the ideas to the visual team. Kate and Katie, how did you collect the materials? How did you do it? And is that this is the kind of way that you work anyway? And
we rely heavily on reusing and recycling materials, and take inspiration from the environment around us. So the welcoming city was a great starting point for us anyway. And we always try and involve the staff and the visual team in the process. It's sort of a like a family thing, and we love the sort of the finding element of when you look at something closely, the customers can really relate to what's there and recognise elements that we've used and materials, and
like you see, oh, that's a tube ticket,
yeah, exactly.
Or that's a bottle top, or...
yeah.
So how did you collect everything that's in the window? How did you get it?
We always try to involve all the staff as much as we can to get them as excited as we are about it. So one way that is really helpful to us and also excites them is that we just try and get them to collect anything that they can, or anything that they think is appropriate to the theme. In this case, it was a picnic. And then Katie and I would use those materials in a way that we felt was best suited. Like for Canary Wharf building, we needed like a really structured, like linear grid. So we used the coffee stirrers because they're just little sticks, and it was how we decided to use the materials in a sort of more interesting way.
The eye made out of?
The lids on coffee,
like frappuccino.
Like that.
During the process, we were looking at all kinds of things that could have been saved, like the packaging that the clothes arrive in, and the boxes, and bits of polystyrene and plastic bags and stuff like that. We had loads of discussions about all kinds of things, and including bus tickets and tube tickets and things, which are one of the things that makes up one of the O's.
So the London window is one side, and I think that is just a brilliant example of what we tried to do, because of the collaboration. So how did that work? How did we get each letter? And
each letter was made by a different member of Anthropologie staff, and each of the letters are made out of sort of recycled materials like the tube tickets and things, and each letter is also made to represent sort of an aspect of London.
Like the theatre, the tube, and Sarah, you took a letter as well.
We took a letter, the
what one
letter
did you
N.
do? Oh, you did N.
Yeah, we made it like the A to Z lettering, which is very, very distinctive if you know London. And we actually had a really old map that has now got out of date, so we just cut up the pages and we used that, and then we put little souvenirs of London in it, because it's so evocative of what London is. But that's quite nice, because I think the fact that everybody made a different letter reflects something about the kind of eclectic nature and the very cosmopolitan nature of London, where it's an amalgam of all kinds of different people who come together to make up the huge diversity of this city.
Definitely.